know I am speaking this for Duina, who you have known as D. Danley. On July 4, 1935, I was born at Trinity Lutheran Hospital in Kansas City, Missouri. My parents were Raymond M. Horn and Mildred B. Childs. Raymond was born in Kansas and raised in Iowa. Mildred was born and raised in Missouri. They had a child born on February 26, 1929, who only lived 9½ hours. The tragic circumstances would haunt my mother throughout her life. Raymond was the oldest son of Sidney Manus Horn and Laura Bell Monk. Mildred was the 9th of 13 children of William Oscar Bill Childs and Laura Thompson. My parents recorded much of my early life using an 8mm movie camera and still pictures. The movie films and some of the still pictures. My parents recorded much of my early life using an 8mm movie camera and still pictures. The movie films and some of the still pictures have been converted to videos and scanned to digital formats. I want them to be shared during your celebration of my life. Many of my summers were spent in Iowa at the farm of Sidney and Laura Horn and the family of my uncle Clarence Horn. Clarence and his wife Letha had 3 children, Joe, Dwayne, and Nancy. Joe and Dwayne were older than me and my name was derived from Dwayne. Many portions of the 8mm movies feature my adventures on the farm in Iowa. I spent my school days in Kansas City at Bryant Elementary School and Southwest High School where I formed lifelong friendships with many classmates. Close friends, Cleone Bost Crossett, Gloria Kellner Cameron, and Margaret Maggie Nardine Center Pratt have kept in touch through the years. The 25th and 50th reunion booklets contain biographical information on those and many others. After high school I attended William Woods College in Fulton, Missouri. While there, I met Stan Zidlow, a student/ROTC cadet at nearby Westminster College, known for the Iron Curtain speech delivered by Winston Churchill. I was chosen as Queen of the ROTC military ball at Westminster and Stan was my escort. Harry Truman came to Westminster in 1954 to deliver a speech and Stan walked with him during his early morning walks. After I graduated, Stan and I married. The wedding was held on August 30, 1957 in Chicago. The photography studio used my wedding photo in their ad on the side of Chicago buses. Stan went to medical school and became a doctor. We started our family in September 1958 and had 4 children together. Christy Laurie was our first child and Cheryl Ann followed in November 1960. Stan went into the service of the Air Force as a flight surgeon and we were stationed in Blytheville, Arkansas during the Cuban Missile Crisis. While there I participated with other Air Force family members in the community, playing softball. My nickname was Joe Pepitone after the well-known Yankees player. Scott Matthews Zidlow was born in Blytheville and we soon found out that he had Down syndrome. After our time with the Air Force, we moved to Wabash, Indiana, where our 4th child Mark Allen was born. I was pregnant with Mark when I took up the game of golf with lessons given by the local golf pro. When our marriage ended after a trial separation, I established my home with the 4 children in the Kansas City area with the help of my parents. Scott was placed in special needs home Lake Mary in Kansas. I was able to purchase a townhome in 4 colonies off of Quivira Road in Johnson County and my children went to Shawnee Mission Northwest High School where they all graduated. I enjoyed motherhood, as I wrote in a letter to my children after we came back to Kansas City. As I am certain many of you know, I worked for Puritan Bennett Corporation and went on a golf date with Bob Danley, a fellow employee, which led to our marriage in 1984. It was a whirlwind romance that resulted in our planning our marriage and honeymoon around a trip to Hawaii I had been planning with lady friends. During our courtship, he actually sang the song Lady, which was one of my favorites. We also listened to Evergreen by Barbra Streisand, and we had the title engraved in our wedding bands. We extended a 3-day trip by adding 7 days on the island of Maui, where I introduced Bob to snorkeling. Many of our vacation trips involved snorkeling and golf. Being near or on the water was important to me. Our interest in golf led us to Lake Quivira, Kansas, where we lived for 8 years. I enjoyed our years there, not only for the golf but for the lake activities we were able to share with our children. We bought a pontoon boat that the previous owners had named the Albert Ross. We ignored the inference of in slang, the term albatross, which can refer to an unpleasant duty or circumstance that's impossible to avoid. Instead, I relied on the occasionally used slang for a powerful, strong-willed woman. That came into play when the outboard motor got stuck in reverse while Christy and Sherry were with me on the lake. When we left there in 1997, we moved to Olathe, Kansas. When Bob retired in 2003, we had purchased a home in Bella Vista, Arkansas, and moved there in June of that year. Even before we moved, I insisted we get another pontoon boat, even though we had to drive around the largest lake in the village to bring our boat near the house at the farthest end of the lake. After one summer at that house, we moved to a house on a cove that had easy access to a dock. By this time our grandchildren had begun to appear at our house, and I always enjoyed taking them on the pontoon boat and pulling them around the lake on tubes. I loved being a grandmother and was saddened when their school activities reduced the frequency of visits. When sports injuries from my younger days began to mount up, I had to suspend my golfing and rely on pain medicines and therapy to make life bearable. After several hospital visits, we had decided to return to Kansas City to be near our children, but my medical issues prevented me from coming here to Shawnee with Bob.